Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Loopring, see what's going on. Got a lot of requests for this, and I can totally see why it's back on track. And we're going to find out what's going on, see if this continuation will continue. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I just love teaching people how to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. If you want to learn a lot more and become a much better self-sufficient trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site I send out signals, have a trading academy, and of course an amazing community, 24/7. Awesome experience. Check that out. Taking a look here, of course, at LRC. First things first to notice, simple fact, we're back up over 50 on the RSI and the SMA. That is reflectant of, what is it, 85? Yeah, 85 cents. So at 85 cents, we had this breaking point where we're up above a key level resistance. That's excellent news. We like to see that. That's super, super important for Loopring. And ultimately, it looks like the worst is behind us. I know this is tentative. We've seen it pump like this before and come back down. But I really think there's a lot less fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now in the market. Check out some of my Bitcoin videos if you're curious about what's going on there. But Bitcoin closing above some key level resistances recently, trending over 40,000 just in general is an extremely important thing. And I think with less fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we're going to get more Looprings and others along lines of just continuing higher and getting right back on track. Now, how much higher is this going to go? Let's go ahead and see if we can find out if this is a healthy continuation or if we should expect a pullback. First things first, to me, just in general, when I look and see at this immediately, this screams concern. Just in the grand scheme of too much volume in a short amount of time. Not to say it's a problem. What's nice actually here, looking back here as well, if you can see, look at this volume right here. I love that. Price tried to go lower, but it couldn't, right around 65 cents, and it got cut off. So that tells us that's probably the absolute bottom at 65 cents. I don't think we got to worry about that now, but I like to see that. And then if we look at this volume here, of course, in the last 4 hours, which I think is only about an hour and a half old, we can totally see Loopring taking off. Tremendous amount of volume coming right in here. So that's very, very good in the grand scheme of things. Just know that that's a lot of movement in a short amount of time, and that could potentially result in a turnaround. But again, we'll see on the shorter time frames. We're up above both moving averages. That's awesome news. We're well above 70 on the RSI on the 4 hour. I don't love this. I've never been a big fan of 70 plus on the RSI for the 4 hour time frame, just because it usually spells retracement. Now we can see right here the key level resistance at about 92 cents is getting rejected. So the price came up there, kind of got rejected, but we do see a nice consolidation here at 76. So the great news is it did spend enough time here effectively to get this next leg up. That being said, we are probably looking at an exhaustive state, almost, okay? We're at an 8 out of 9. Now, it's not a guarantee here, but if you're familiar with my channel, I like to use TD sequential to help understand market exhaustion. We started here at a 1, roughly 5 a.m. yesterday. So yesterday, 5 a.m., started ramping up. It hasn't stopped ever since. So we've got 8 times 4, effectively, as the time frame for how many hours we've seen moving forward. So 32 hours consistently of bullish continuation. Most continuation patterns only last 36 hours in the general sense of the 4 hour time frame. That being said, we have one more 4 hour candlestick, potentially to say, an extra 4 hours left of bullish continuation. Not to say it's going to stop right there. You see 9 plus all the time. I call it overtime. But on the same accord, for the most part, when you see a 9, if you look in the history, you'll notice that for the most part, when you see a 9, it resets. Now, if we look at history here, actually, I'm just kind of touching on it. We see 7s, we see 6s here, 7s. So, Loopring hasn't hit an 8 in a very long time for continuation. It's been, since obviously it was on more of a bearish type of divergence. So that being said, we are technically already into this, overextended period. So all I'm trying to say is, be mindful of the fact that we could experience turnaround. Is it going to just shoot straight down to 65 cents? No, probably not. But in general, be cautious and aware that this might be a little bit of a peak. Just a little bit, okay? Looking at the 1 hour though, let's see if we can see something very similar here. We are at, coincidentally, another 8. So we got an 8 on the 1 hour, 8 on the 4 hour. So once again, this run is potentially going to come to an end soon. Not like it's going to be over with and we're never going to see Loopring back again. In fact, it could when I say over with, all it could do is just straight up consolidate right at this resistance here. Or a slight pullback to next key level resistance, or support rather, right about 86 cents. So I'm expecting the price to kind of channel sideways between 86 and 93 for a little while, and then we get that next leg up. I do not foresee Loopring coming back down pending Bitcoin doesn't drop sub 40,000. We lose key level support at 40,000 for Bitcoin, different story. We'll have a different conversation then. For right now, I don't think that's very likely. Bitcoin seems and appears to be very strong. Tremendous amount of volume going into the weekend. I'm expecting 43,000 soon. I think Loopring is going to continue. But you got to understand and try not to be too naive in the fact that, hey, we're a bit on the overextended side for the moment. Not to say the continuation of the upside isn't there. I think it is there. It's just that this is a fairly, I wouldn't say unhealthy, but 25% in 7 to 10 hours? That's a lot. Okay. And again, I know we all kind of get desensitized with cryptocurrency movements, but an increase of 25% is tremendous amount of movement, and we have a significant amount of volume coming into the market too. And that's just in the last 2 hours low. All right, so still a little fresh, but I think tomorrow, if we see Loopring still trending at 86 to 95 or 86 to 93, then we'll probably likely see a continuation of the upside. It just needs to kind of calm down, relax, do something like this here again, right here. All right, so hopefully that makes sense for you. I apologize. I think there's somebody possibly at the door here, so I might have to cut this short. But we'll cover Loopring again tomorrow, and I really hope that you learned something here today. If so, comment below, link in the description below. CryptoCache.tech is the site, and we'll go ahead and talk to you the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.